Bless them.
You can hear this. You are not alone. This is the resistance.
What's up, everyone? Tinman with the Worldwide Resistance Network. If you are watching this, you are the resistance. And this is the roundtable where me, Connor, and Revan generally get together, and you, the audience, get to join in on the conversation. As always, be sure to share the feed on Rumble, X, YouTube, so on and so forth. Again, I am Tinman with the Worldwide Resistance Network, your white rabbit taking you down the rabbit hole. And today we've kind of got our own beautiful little Alice here. Former supermodel turned activist Louise Meighan.
Superhero.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's not supermodel. She is a superhero. Yeah. Went from supermodel to superhero, down the rabbit hole, and became an activist.
Yes.
You've had quite a journey, my friend.
I had there's so much that's went on. When we first met, I think when we first got in contact, it was around
back in 2013.
Yeah.
And just give everybody a little bit of a recap. I'll go ahead and cover a bit of the meat and potatoes on that. You contacted us in regards to a legal issue that you were having with an ex-boyfriend. You had to go to court.
It wasn't an ex-boyfriend. That's a mistake because it was actually someone that had broken into my house.
Oh.
Yeah. So the guy in question that broke into my property got arrested. He got charged. Then he had to go to court. I got a court order through the mail. I attended court. I had a citation where the actual court stamped it. So the day after, the detectives came by my house and arrested me and said that I never attended court. I got some jail time. It was only a matter of days, but it was still jail time. And then they said it was a clerical error. Yeah, which was weird.
So you were acquitted of all that? Was there any compensation from the court on that?
I've been to America now and been living out some life there. So yeah, I was acquitted on but that was really crazy because there had been the stuff that had been printed in a national newspaper here that's discontinued now called the News of the World, where I had been associated with someone that worked in the Pentagon, Glenn Stampler. Remember, and he worked in he stayed in Virginia. Now that had happened prior to me contacting you guys, so there were things in between. My house was getting busted. I weren't doing drugs. Don't take drugs. Don't do none of that. But there was a lot of crazy, so hence the fact the rabbit hole, because you wonder how connected all these governments are, not only in the UK, but to the USA, and the rigmarole I had to go through to actually get my visa to go to America and stay for a few years is crazy.
Wow. So basically what you're saying is you wound up in the middle of some shit because of alleged involvement with an American politician.
Yeah, and that's where it all stemmed from.
Okay. Had you ever spoken to this politician before?
Oh yeah, I had spoke. He actually reached out to me, and there was emails exchanged, and I was working for this newspaper at the time, and I just happened to tongue in cheek tell them this guy had said this, and they're like on it like a hot potato. You need to see if it's real. You need to ask them questions. And the guy was wanting me to fly over, and so was the newspaper. And that was all kinds of crazy. And I think the whole conspiracy theory thing all stemmed from there. And if anything, over time, through experience, through age, and through what I've seen and what I've done, not only what I see online, because you can only half believe this stuff. What
Yeah.
I've seen, what I believe, and what I know is there's definitely conspiracies, not one major one in particular, but like 100 million tiny ones, through each government.
Yeah. There's a bunch of little things going on woven into one big tapestry.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy. And
A
like
million threads to one tapestry.
me and what's going on right now, and you get all these conspiracy theorists like you and me and your friends and everyone else that joins this channel and that's interested to know the bigger picture. But it's almost that we're either silenced or the truth is distorted somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to stay away from the conspiracy theorist label because it's a derogatory term. That
Yeah.
they brought that term about in the early 70s to detract from critical thinkers. They want to try to discredit critical thinkers.
So yeah. So and when you say like if we had to speak to someone else, maybe your average Joe on the street about some of the stuff we would discuss here, they'd like, yeah,
Yeah.
they think because they are what they create this box for us that we're conspiracy theorists, and unless they see it, they don't believe it. But me and you and other people that are involved in this network want to dive into the truth. They want to know the hidden reasons. And do you know what? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. It's all there. It's piecing it together and doing your homework, but doing it strategically where you're not necessarily even listening to you and me. People that have been furnished with information, government people, people that have been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, whistleblowers. The
Yeah.
proof's in the pudding.
Yeah. You gotta be prudent to be spot on with the facts. And am I coming through clear on your end?
No, you're all distorted. I'm jokes.
Hold up.
No, you're clear.
Am I
You're
clear?
good.
Because I'm coming through distorted on my thing. I don't know what the deal
No,
was
you're
there.
fine. You're
Okay.
good. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they fucking with the feed, maybe.
Yeah, do you know what? Because that was a weird experience this morning. I ain't even joking. Like, I could just feel the energy of this dude. Like, it did not feel right.
Well,
Yeah, but
I can't
that's
speak to
another
that because I
subject.
wasn't
That's
there,
another
but
rabbit hole.
yeah, definitely going down the rabbit hole for sure, it seems.
Yeah.
I try to focus on facts, things that are verifiable. I simply call balls and strikes. And if I come across information or I get an exclusive, I'll jump on that. Like this
Yeah.
interview here.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
getting
don't
back
even get
to
me
your
started on the Charlie Kirk stuff. Like, I know
yeah,
it's old news, but that's
it's not really old
so.
news. Like it's still fresh on everybody's mind.
Yeah, do you know what? It's old news. Do you know why it's old news? Because the mainstream media are trying to hide it. So it's only the internet and certain places that will show certain information. But yeah, that's a cover up. I mean, I've got so many theories on that, but there's definitely more to it. And I think what gets the people more is that they know in their gut, like people know they're being lied to. The evidence is there.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And nobody believes the official story here in the U.S. You got a lot of people on the left who are scared out of their fucking minds right now. And I plan to address this live on my Friday show. Speaking of which, we've got a new schedule coming out. I'm going to go ahead and plug that right now. Mondays will be the roundtable with me, Connor, and Revan.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Revan will be doing his own thing. And on Fridays will be me with Tinman TV.
Okay.
I can't say for time frames yet, but this is the initial scheduling plan.
Yeah.
Monday's the roundtable.
There's so many things that are just off, and people just know it's just off. And there's so many connections. Like, I know this show is just kind of introducing myself and giving the backstory. However, touching back again on the Charlie Kirk thing, there's so many connections, like to different companies that are all getting funded. Planeteer is one. There's another one. There's so many. It's something I won't touch on. But if anybody's interested in hearing what I know, you can hit up my friend here. Yeah, but there's so much. It's just crazy. Like, we just want to know. We don't want to know because we already know. That's the thing. We already know.
Yeah. Like I said, most people don't buy the official story. And, people on the left are scared out of their mind. I've spoken out and said this many times, and I'll continue to say it. People on the right aren't believing the official story. Nice.
Elsa. Yeah.
Yeah. Frozen to distract.
Nobody believes it because everybody knows it's not true. And why would President Trump have an ulterior ego X account where he makes a joke of himself? It's almost like he's a Gemini with a split personality. Like, I don't know. Like, he's saying there, because the Papio Trumpo one is most definitely his second account.
Yeah, there's actually one circulating around right now that Democrats are just going nuts over.
They blocked me.
Really?
Yeah, off that one. I was on it. I get blocked.
Well, I saw last night that you were.
Blocked me.
I saw last night that you were on President Trump's. That you were following President Trump on his main account.
Yeah, well, it won't let me message.
It's probably because he has messages turned off. That is a feature that you can have. Like, if you're getting harassed, and you figure the president of the United States, especially somebody like Trump, who's got so many detractors, he's just going to turn off messages because he's probably getting millions.
The alternative him profile, I have no access to at all now. But
is it a verified account?
I might have said some, but I can't remember. I might have said some though. But I was on the warpath, so.
Yeah, well, he's got a post out right now. I think it might be from this alternative account and the Democrats are just going fucking ape shit over it. Where Trump came out and said that Biden's FBI put 271 FBI agents on the street during January 6th.
He posted a picture of himself as the Grim Reaper. I mean, really, come on. Yeah. But I'm going to go back. Nothing, I feel, this is my own personal opinion. I feel as if this is all just, there's some sort of switch in reality. I don't know what it is. I can sense it even in the environment, even in the air. There's just something off.
There's a shift taking place for sure. What that entails, I'm not sure, but I think you're spot on, and I think a lot of people are picking up on this. Like, there is a shift in dynamics.
Yeah.
going on here, and
And
for
they might
better or for
think
worse,
it's
we
just
need to be
them,
spot on about it.
they might think to themselves, oh, it's just me. Maybe I'm not eating the right foods. Maybe I'm not sleeping enough. Maybe I'm too stressed with life. You know, it's not that. There's something not right.
Yeah, and I think most people are picking up on that.
Yeah.
You know, people are starting to wake up to the reality that there's just something not right about the way the system's operating. That's why a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we're stuck in the matrix." You know, it's too fucked up to be real because it just
But
seems
we
too
don't
fucked
know
up
for
to be real.
not. We don't know for not. Because,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like
this
the
is,
big premise is, you know, things are so messed up. It's like it's hard to believe that it's actually real because it's just so
but they lie so
messed up
much.
in science fictiony.
Lie
It's like something
so
out of
much.
science fiction.
They're so corrupt. They lie so much. See, when they do it, it's like the boy that cried wolf. They've
Yeah,
lied so much about so many things over hundreds of years, centuries, now, whenever, that it's hard for people to differentiate what's the truth and what's not the truth, and is it in their mind. But this is what they want because it's all to do with power and control. Money, power, control. And I'll tell you one thing I need to touch on before we kind of end any more conspiracies, because I could be here all day. You know, you've heard the United Kingdom's going to have an ID card, which is you're going to have an ID card to get employment in the UK for any at all. A digital ID card.
yeah. You guys are going to digital ID.
Well, do you know the Prime Minister Tony Blair that was Labour government that's in now? He was in back in the 90s, yeah? You know
Yeah.
his son owns the company that's going to be printing this digital ID.
Oh, I don't doubt it. It's all about insider investments.
Yeah.
They want power and control, and they want to be the ones to implement it and make the profit off of it.
Yeah.
That's nothing new. That's another day of politics, my
Yeah.
dear.
The reason all these people are not getting called up for what they've done, war crimes and any, is what these Epstein files, which is all kinds of crazy, but that is much bigger. I think that goes all around the world. That is so much way bigger than what anybody thinks it could be, would be, what they think they know, they don't know. There's so much
Yeah,
more to it, and there's so many more parties, not just Trump, not just their royal family participants. I mean, it goes all the way around the world.
yeah, absolutely. And you know, people are
And
screaming that they
blackmail.
want the release of the Epstein files. And you got to figure the FBI had access to those files,
He
and
had
especially under the
that.
Democratic administration. Check this out.
His secretary had them on his desk, and she said that she had them, and then she didn't have
Yeah,
them.
yeah, she said that, and then she turned around and said she didn't have anything.
Yeah,
What I think happened is all those files went to the
that
Mossad
they're like,
because we know that Epstein was part of the Mossad. Part of Mossad. He was connected to Mossad. He was a CIA and FBI
yeah,
informant. He had all these files. They went to the appropriate parties that wanted the blackmail, and then when the FBI arrested Epstein and all that shit went down, and they got a hold of everything, I think they destroyed it to protect the guilty parties, and there's nothing there now. It's just a bunch of fucking bullshit,
I know.
and
I think
that's why the Democrats
there'll
don't.
be somewhere they all know, and there don't even need to be any files because everybody knows. Like it leads. This could be for another show, and actually, I really want to have things written down. So again, if anybody's got any questions about what I think I know, let me know and I'll tell Chris. But yeah, there's
Yeah,
so much more, especially from the UK side of things. There's a connection everywhere, you know.
yeah. Well, I think those files are gone. I think
Alice.
I
Ah,
yeah.
Alice.
I swear, Alice, you are quite you are very much going down the rabbit hole, and we can touch back on the Epstein thing later. But what brought you down the rabbit hole?
I
When you
think
and I first met, you were not like this. You were this.
no, I
You were
know.
this
You know what I
bubbly
think it
little
is? I think it's too
supermodel.
many things happened. Too many things happened, and there was too many coincidences where you need to ask yourself, is two coincidences more than a coincidence? There was
Okay.
too much happened, and I think you get to a stage and you might think back on different things that have happened, and I came to the conclusion like this is weird. And the more I investigated and the more I done my homework, the more I was furnished with information, and it's not only just online information. Mine is based on truth, based on people, based on experiences, based on own life experiences also.
Okay, so
So
let's go down that rabbit hole a little bit here. You hit me
no,
up in 2013. We got the word out about your case. We
yeah,
we even connected with Anonymous, Operation Meighan. We got we we created awareness for your situation, and then you and I kind of lost touch. I kind of had to get my life together.
yeah.
When you and I were
Yeah,
talking.
you were literally buried in that rabbit hole. I was way out. I wasn't even near the rabbit hole at that
Yeah,
point.
you were not that person. Like, you were this bubbly little cute little thing, just caught up in a bad situation, and now you're Alice with a hacksaw going through fucking Wonderland going, "Let's go, motherfucker."
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
just see
like,
it for what
what
it is now,
so
and it could
what
come.
happened after you and I fell out of touch that sent you down the rabbit hole? Like, from 2013 to when you and I reconnected a few weeks ago, fill in the blanks. What happened that led you from this bubbly little cutie to
What are you trying to say?
activist badass? Yeah, how'd you go from bubbly little cutie to how'd you go from supermodel to superhero? How'd you go from bubbly little cutie to
It's actually seen for.
activist badass?
You know what? Do you know? I'm going to tell you two simple things, and this is what it boils down to, right? Three words: opening my eyes. That was it. Actually being awake and seeing what's going on around me, knowing what went on in the past, it all led to this point. And now I feel that I need to share. Like, I'm not asking anybody to buy into it could be misconstrued as conspiracy. I do my homework. But I'm not asking anyone to listen. I'm not asking anyone to buy in. But if they wanted to, these are real, honest opinions based on experience, based on other people's experiences, based on fact. You know?
Yeah, you're not just talking out your ass. You've experienced these things. You've got the paperwork. You can back it up. You can basically put your money where your mouth is and back up everything you say. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, I talked to so and so on such a date. Here's the phone record.
yeah,
I talked to this politician. Here's the email correspondence.
exactly. And when you know, you know. And that's why it doesn't matter to me if anyone takes notice. If anyone wants to listen, that for me, that's everybody's got their own choice. But I just feel for me as a person, I have to speak about this stuff
Yeah,
because see, let one person hear me and know what's going on, then that's an achievement on
yeah,
its own. One.
yeah. If you can reach just one person in this lifetime, you've changed the world, as they say. But question: you have this case. A lot of your issues stemmed from your involvement in contact with this politician here in the U.S.
That was
You
a way
said
back.
that you were questioned about political things, and during during your case and the issues with your case, you were
Yeah,
questioned
and
about certain
the
things.
British government actually got involved, and they said that I was the second person ever in history, as far back as it goes, that had ever been had a misjustice, what's it called, carriage misjustice or something like that. It was called, where it was a clerical error. Like
Yeah.
that's not good enough. So there was other political people got involved, and I sued them.
Yeah, you and I were talking privately. You said that these people asked you a bunch of like conspiracy questions. Wanted you to fucking talk about certain political figures that you might have been involved with. Wanted
That's
you to
always
maybe
been
narc
a
people
thing though,
out.
because
What
they
happened?
always put me in that position. They've always put me in that position way back before I even met you in 2013. I mean, the government here in Scotland was formed years and years ago now, but it was always the UK government. They were trying to get me to set up members of parliament in Holyrood, which is the Edinburgh Parliament, and this was a newspaper which is now discontinued. So
Yeah.
because of phone tapping scams, paying people off, I'm not going to get. I can't say too much.
So basically, you were saying that they were trying to use you as an
Oh yeah,
undercover operative.
I was a tool, but in that time, obviously, I learned a thing or two. So, and I don't mean party tricks.
So basically, what you're saying is, they tried to use you to set up honeypots, perhaps.
Oh yeah, for years and years they done that. Yeah.
Damn. Like I know that you and I got pretty close back in the day. Like, had we actually been living in the same country, you and I might have actually hooked up officially. Now I'm kind of
I
wondering if
don't.
maybe they were trying to fucking set you and I up. Shit. It's like, who are they trying to freaking take down here? Me or
And
you?
how weird that I ended up with an American that I'm married to, my husband, which again is posing problems, and again is difficult because of red tape. But listen, they're letting immigrants come in here in boats and this and that, but it's just, they don't make no sense to me. That's why I'm such a conspiracist.
So,
Also for my own thing.
so basically, life just kind of threw you down the rabbit hole, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Have you got a ladder?
Girl, I'm stuck down there with you. I'm exploring this new world just as much as you are. The problem is, I've been down here too damn long. I woke up in 2002 with the Alex Jones film 9/11 Road to Tyranny. My mom, she was big into computers. She had just discovered the internet and whatnot, and she was looking for that film, Fahrenheit 9/11. And she
Yeah.
happened across 9/11 Road to Tyranny by Alex Jones. And she's like, Chris, get your ass in here. You have got to watch this film. And
Yeah.
ever since then, it was literally just me pushed down the rabbit hole. I was what, maybe 17
No,
years
but
old,
you were
and I'm down this rabbit hole.
yeah, like you were way past even anything I could imagine when I first met you. Like you were all anonymous and all that jazz. But
Yeah,
it's
I was already long since down that rabbit hole by the time you met me. But like
yeah,
I started doing the videos in what, 2009, 2010. But
yeah.
I was long since down that rabbit hole. Like anybody who knows me from back in the day can tell you, I was screaming about the New World Order, martial law, police state, the
But
threat
this
of
is
artificial
why people need
intelligence,
to
all of
listen.
it.
People need to listen now to people like you and people like me and people, your friends and whoever else is involved in this channel, because we need to voice these things, like it's there. You don't do that for a reason. If everyone could be doing that, but a lot of people are so programmed not to speak because they're scared. They're scared to call the government out in case they get a knock at the door off the men in black. They're scared to say any.
Or
For
you get
me,
off like Charlie Kirk.
yeah. Or
You speak too
like
loud about the wrong
they
thing or
disguise
the wrong
themselves as
group,
gas men
and
and they're actually like, I don't even know what that guy was weird this morning. And really,
elaborate on that. Go ahead and elaborate on that if you want. You said there was somebody there this morning?
yeah, he was working for the gas and electricity board, but he was very, I don't know, like the way he was telling me things, like he was talking about Masonic things and how Donald Trump saved me and from war, and I don't understand. And I'm like, sorry, I'm not in America right now. This is Scotland. Um, and he was just the way he was talking was weird. And the dog, I told you, I've got a German Shepherd dog for anyone that's listening in. And he's so peaceful, quiet. He's obviously a guard dog, but my dog was frothing at the mouth, foaming to eat this man. Never like that. And I sensed the vibe as soon as he came here. My mum even said that was weird.
Yeah.
And it was almost like he was trying, and he told me, I don't understand. Don't understand what? I've not even converted with you about my beliefs or any, but I felt as if he was just on me like he knew, and I don't even know why, because there's nothing to suggest I was any way of any.
So he knew things about you that he
Yeah,
shouldn't have known?
yeah, and he was here longer than he should have been.
And
But
he was more focused on this than his actual job.
yeah, and my mum said that he wouldn't look her in the eye. But he came in the kitchen and was looking at me and he told me I don't understand and about Masonic things and Donald Trump, and he said, oh, this about the royal family and that, and it was just a bit, I could sense it. I'm quite empathic and I can sense things of people. And even when he left, my mum said it's so cold in here, and you know, like that, the dog settled, slept, he's sleeping.
Hmm.
Slept. There was just,
Well,
look, that's just
animals have a
my
sixth
own
sense about
opinion.
people.
It might not have been a thing, but that's how I felt, and there was no reason in my mind or any to get that vibe.
So going down the rabbit hole a little bit here. You said this is not your first time that something like this has happened. This has been a fairly consistent thing the past decade or so, yes?
Yeah, I told you I'm not going again. My battery's actually low, and I only thought we were doing half-hour webcam today. But however, I'll say quickly after the whole Glenn Stampler thing and the whole newspaper thing where you guys got involved. After that, I had cops come to my mum's door. Detectives dressed in suits, not normal cops, saying that I had to go and report to the local cop shop to give a statement on some, and you know that way I'm thinking, geez, oh, have I done something? Like I knew I hadn't, but you know, you're thinking like, so I went down. The cop on the front desk knew nothing about it, so these two guys came through from the back office in the police station, took me through the bag, was asking all these weird ass questions. Then they said they were going to contact me. So, like 4 days later, they told me to make my way on a train into town. I told you I passed a Starbucks and the guy was sitting in the shop, and then they followed me, put me in a car, not put me in a car, asked me to get in the car, took me to Loch Lomond, which was like 50 minutes drive off Glasgow, gave me like this application form like I was applying for a job, and told me that I had not to say anything to anyone, and then dropped me back off. And they said they would contact me again in 2 days, and then they contacted me, and do you know what they said? You're too high profile. And that was it. I never heard another thing. Nothing.
So basically the feds in your area tried to recruit you.
Yeah. Yeah.
a local government or intelligence agency. Sounds like they tried to recruit you, and this was after you and I had talked.
Yep.
Is that kind of one of the reasons you fell off the radar, and we stopped talking for so long?
Yeah, I think so. And I was just, yeah, I was just trying.
Kind of overwhelmed you a little bit.
Yeah, and I did do my utmost. Not that I got in trouble, but gets me in trouble sometimes. So
Well, I
yeah,
mean, like going down this rabbit hole, you're gonna see shit that's gonna freaking overwhelm the mind and scare you. I mean, if
yeah.
you got government agencies coming to try to recruit you after you talk to
And
the
the cops in the police station, the cop shop, don't even know who these guys are. That was alarming to me. That was the
that is alarming.
flag.
That means that this was way above your local police jurisdiction.
And then
This
they
was
said I
on
was too high profile. Like, what? Why did you even contact me? Like, what is this about? And still, to this day, no word of a lie, I have no fucking clue what that was about at all. Still not.
did you get a chance to read any of the application?
No, because I was just like, yeah, it was weird. And what's another weird thing? It's almost like I've got memory loss to some things that's happened. I don't know if I've blocked them out mentally or I've been meant to block them out. I don't know. But that's me getting creepy now. Like
That
there's unforeseen entities trying to
Yeah,
shut me.
well, you and I have been talking a lot lately, and you've been mentioning brain fog and stuff like that.
Really bad, yeah.
Um, I pick on Alex Jones. I do the whole Met Monster Blue thing because I'm
Yeah.
potentially Alex Jones. Like I give him shit, but from what I hear, in legit terms, from what I hear, the product methylene blue that he's pushing really helps with brain fog. I'm thinking about getting it myself because I'm 41 years old. I'm no spring chicken anymore. Um, I'm getting older, and they're saying that it helps with a lot of varying issues.
What's that
One of
movie?
which is brain fog.
What's the movie where the guy Limitless? You can actually buy this stuff online, but the government don't tell you about it.
Oh yeah, like you can get a lot of stuff online that you wouldn't believe you could actually get.
It says when you take this stuff, like you're just like, wow. Like
I
I
mean,
don't
I
think
would
it.
recommend, if you're experiencing brain fog, maybe look into giving this methylene blue a try.
Yeah.
Alex Jones ain't paying me for this, but you know what? If the stuff
Hi,
works,
Alex.
I'll get the word
You
out.
can pay
Go
me.
ahead and
You
check
can
out
pay me.
his
Yeah, you can
store
pay
at
me.
the alexjonesstore.com and give the methylene blue a try and see if it actually helps. I
Yeah.
can't say one way or another. I haven't tried it personally. I'm thinking about making the investment myself. And if you are experiencing brain fog, Louise, maybe give it a try and just see. I mean, if it works, it works. If not, you're just out $50.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean,
I definitely will.
if you're at the bottom of the ladder, the only place left to go is up.
But listen, my battery's going to die now. I've got
All right.
four.
Well, we will go ahead and wrap this up. Real quick. Would you
Anyone
say that you're in a better
watching
place now?
this? Jokes, no. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone for watching, and I'm going to share. And hopefully we can touch on if anyone wants to touch on any that maybe I can touch on from the UK. Then
Yeah.
let Chris know, and he'll let me know, and I'll be back on.
Yeah. We'd love to have you on more. Get a feel for what's going on in the UK and the issues there. I mean, I was hoping we could have touched on that today, but if your phone's going to die, your phone's going to die. You can't do much with that. But in closing, would you say that overall, you're in a better place now
Yeah,
in
most
terms of your
definitely.
life?
UK, I'm not saying it's much, there's different ways it's better than America. Number one, the National Health Service. You might wait a while, but you still get treated over there. I broke my ankle in Washington. They're still trying to bill me $2,000 for breaking my ankle.
Yeah. Well, the medical expenses are very expensive, especially here in the
Yeah, but
U.S.
here you get the NHS. There's just a lot of things going on under the radar that nobody realizes. Like our prime minister, they're going to call for another general election because he's just rubbish. He's not got a clue. Like he's just a puppet. There's someone else moving the strings.
So there's a lot of issues going on there. Maybe we ought to just give you your own platform and just kind of let you give you a horse and let you ride that all day and night.
I'll be by next month.
Well, let's get the audience's opinion. We'll throw out a little poll here before we close out.
Oh yeah.
Should the Worldwide Resistance Network give Louise Meighan her own show, her own slot in the weekly lineup? Here, what do you guys think? Yes or no? Give Louise her own show here.
And discuss any issues that people think that maybe I could touch on from a UK perspective.
Yeah, we could definitely use
If
a
you want
UK
to
perspective. We've got California, Tennessee, Canada. Let's get Scotland on. All right, well, we will go ahead and let you go, Louise. I know your phone's dying.
Thanks,
Thank you for catching up with us. I'm glad that we were able to help you and get the word out about your case, and we're glad that things worked out in that regard, and that in many regards you are in a better place now in your life and with your circumstances.
Yeah.
And we look forward to hearing from you again.
Okay, well, thank you guys, and thank you. There's no other guys here. I can only just maybe people listening, but thank you for listening, and thanks, Chris. I appreciate
No problem. No problem. On behalf of Connor and Revan, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today because we're broadcasting so early.
Sulky.
What?
I said
You bad girl. Well, I mean, Connor's got the family thing going on, and it's like way early in the morning for Revan. It's too early in the morning for him to be up. But we'll go ahead and give him a pass on that.
Yeah.
You know, we all have our lives. But on behalf of Revan and Connor, who couldn't be here, thank you, Louise. And thank you to everybody who tuned in. And as always, share the live feed, share the rebroadcast on Rumble, X, YouTube, all at Real TWRN.
And OnlyFans. No, I'm jokes.
You're bad. I love it. Little woman after my own heart, I swear.
I'll speak to you later.
Later. And on behalf,
have a blessed day wherever you are in the world. And if you see any spaceships, just say hi.
Definitely. Do you have a channel that you want to plug? A YouTube channel or X channel that you want to plug?
Not right now, no.
Not right now? Okay.
Miss Anonymous.
But you and I will talk. You and I will talk privately, you know, maybe about actually getting you your own show. We'll talk about that more in private. Yeah. But until next time, thank you again, Louise. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. On behalf of Revan and Connor, this is the Tinman with the Worldwide Resistance Network. If you're watching this, you are the resistance. Bye.